Boop. Boop. Sokta. Boop.
And we are live.
I've now popped into existence.
Yes, you have. I just saw it. Just got a notification that says you started streaming 30 seconds ago.
Yeah.
Oh, there's Discord.
Woo. Yay!
Hey! We are back, everybody.
Yay! Here's a fact.
Here's a fun fact.
Here, half of my fingernails are blue and the other half is green because those are literally the only colors left of the characters we have left. I am on theme.
Oh, well then.
Well, we literally have Yamazaki and Ibuki, who I considered blue, and Kaoru, I guess.
And then Sonen's green.
So
right.
is Nagakura.
Oh yeah, he's left too, isn't he? All
Yeah.
right. Awesome.
How did you forget the himbo?
Oh, I don't know. Like, I legitimately don't know.
I want to see something. Hold on.
Hmm?
We started in July.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Alright, let's load. One day, as we continue our journey through this, the moment I opened the classroom door in the morning, the students inside stopped talking all at once and turned to look my way. Even when I just stood up from my seat and started walking, I could feel everyone's gazes tailing me. Now that I thought about it, the atmosphere at Hakuoki Academy had sort of felt weird since this morning. It had been a little while since the start of the new semester. The unforgiving chill of winter was finally beginning to let up. Since the start of February, I'd grown used to rubbing my shaky hands together while walking to and from school. Now we're in a classroom with terrifying music. After completing the most arduous class of the week, Monday first period, I frowned, thinking about the odd discomfort I've been feeling since this morning. Do you have a minute?
Uh, what is it, Yukimura-kun? Oh, you want to tell me something? Whatever it is, you can tell me.
No, sorry, it's nothing, actually. Seeing the jumpy, nervous state my classmates were in made me frown even more deeply. And it wasn't just my classmates either. Everyone I passed by in the hallways, all the senior students, absolutely everyone had been acting downright strange this whole morning. I locked eyes with people and they'd quickly look away. The opposite happened too. People would shoot me an earnest look whenever I said something inconsequential. Honestly, just what in the world was going on with everyone? And then, during the lunch break from morning classes... Mail, apparently. We can't hear the sound effects because it's attached to the voices. And I don't know why. Yamazaki, huh? Eh?
Sorry for the sudden message, Yukimura. You see, earlier I received some sweets from Okita, but for some reason, a skull and crossbones are drawn on the bag. It looks like a bad omen. I feel guilty just throwing it away, but I'd also have to gather my courage to eat it. What do you think I should do?
Don't eat it.
You may want to wait and see.
Yeah? That's how I feel.
Yeah.
Ah, damn it.
Yes, so... It's not that I'm suspicious of Okita, it's just I don't know what sort of prank he might have set up.
Yeah, that sounds like Okita.
It does.
Ugh. Yeah. First yawn. People kept staring at me and I couldn't stand it. I rushed out into the hallway as soon as the bell rang. When I first enrolled, I got a lot of stares as the only girl in school, but even so, I feel like people are staring at me even more than they were back then. In the courtyard, in the corridor outdoors, I grabbed my bento and walked off, hoping to get away from all the stares. I looked for anywhere I could go where no one would be around. Hold on.
What happened?
Let's go to options. I want to see something. Anything that I can actually read? No. Fuck. All I can read is no. Which is literally the second symbol here. But I don't know what it means. But it doesn't look like a character name. Is it the sound effects? Hold on. Let's leave that on. See what happens.
Okay.
I grabbed my bento and walked off, hoping to get away from all the stares. I looked for anywhere I could go where no one else would be around. Nope. The place I finally settled on was the quietest room in the school. Excuse me.
Oh, what an unexpected guest we have here. Yukimura? What's wrong? Are you feeling sick?
No, I feel fine, thank you. Drink.
Shot.
Make a shot! We're back at this.
Yeah.
So, stream, if you don't remember, every time Chizuru says thank you, either in this or in original Hakuoki, take a shot of water. Or a soda. Just not liquor.
I do have some Dr. Pepper right here.
That's why I said. Water, soda, juice.
Anything non-alcoholic.
And probably not 12 cans of Monster.
No.
Any energy drink for that thing. For that. Don't. Wish.
I see. You feel as though you're drawing even more attention than usual?
Maybe I'm just being overly self-conscious, but I feel like there's always someone who's looking at me. Is there anything strange about me today? Like my appearance, or... Maybe I had bedhead, for instance. Or maybe my jacket was buttoned wrong. As I spun around in place, and to show them how I looked, Yamazaki quickly averted his eyes.
Yeah.
Oh, something must be out of place then, huh? Is it my clothes or my face?
No, there's nothing wrong with your face. You look... wrong.
Wrong one.
Yeah, no, there's nothing wrong with your face. You look like as good as you always do. You look like you always do.
Yamazaki hurriedly shook his head for some reason. Sonan-sensei smiled wryly and said,
Oh.
Goddamn snake!
Well, I haven't seen the situation at first hand, so this may be mere conjecture, but... Could it be that all of the students in your vicinity look restless, and agitated?
Now that you put it that way, I think that's right. Someone nearly jumped out of their skin earlier when I called out to them. I wonder if I did something wrong without noticing somehow.
I suppose you may be correct in a certain sense.
Huh?
In short, you are at fault for being too attractive.
What? We need the button. Where's the button? Where's the button?
You goddamn snake!
Thank you. We're gonna be using that a lot soon.
Yeah. I think you'll come to understand what I mean soon enough. Isn't that right, Yamazaki? I don't know why you're trying to drag me into this.
He called me attractive. Could it be that he was teasing me? I shot him a reproachful glare on reflex, but he showed no signs of noticing. He gave me a sweet smile and spoke again.
More importantly, it seems as though you have yet to eat your lunch.
I couldn't stand to stay in the classroom any longer, so I didn't eat there.
Well then, why don't you eat here? You do seem to have brought along your own bento.
I had the feeling that he had deftly dodged answering any of my questions. But I decided that I'd take him up on his offer for now and gave a little nod.
You goddamn snake!
I ended up staying much longer than I'd intended to. By the time I left the infirmary, I had very little of my lunch break remaining. Good old friend yawning. I'm pretty sure that my first afternoon class is math with Nagakura-sensei. Maybe it was because I had a good meal or because I had a talk with those two, but I felt a little less anxious. But for the time being, I need to find someone to kill a little more time. Then, as I walked off, away from where my math class would take place, something huge blocked my path and my vision.
Oh, what are you off to, Yukimura? Don't you have math in just a bit? If you're trying to skip a class, then I don't want to hear it.
No, I wasn't intending on doing that.
Oh, well then where were you going? To the toilet?
I thought that Nagakura-sensei was a little lacking in tact. No, that's not it. Actually...
I'm not lacking in anything. And what do you mean tact? Oh, so your classmates are acting kind of weird, huh? I see.
Do you know something about it?
Ah, well, it's just, that time of year.
He folded his arms, nodding sagely to himself as he said that.
It's gotta be the day that men both dream of and dread. Valentine's Day.
Oh. I hadn't been consciously aware of it because there were still a couple of days left before the 14th, but now that I thought about it, it was already February. Valentine's ads usually flooded the city around now. That would more or less explain all the attention I had been getting this morning. Actually, it was a bigger mystery that I hadn't noticed any sooner.
Ah, yeah, and since you're the only one in the whole school who could do something for Valentine's Day, Yukimura, who does the school idol's heart belong to? Anyone would be interested in finding that one out.
Please stop, this is embarrassing. Incidentally, how about you, Nagakura-sensei? You sound like you're excited for Valentine's Day.
Oh yeah! This year I am definitely gonna get some chocolate from a beautiful lady for once.
From where? As far as I know, the school is run by men.
Okay, well maybe just, maybe not in the school, but, throughout the city. Maybe next door at Shimabara Girls High School.
Oh god! For once, huh? I was sort of wondering if he'd ever gotten any before, but I decided not to ask for the moment.
Probably wise. Well, I think that there are a ton of guys out there who are hoping to get chocolates from you, but if you feel obligated to go around and give some to every single one of them, well, it doesn't matter how many you have. It'll never be enough. Oh, we'll at least have peace and quiet around here until the 14th, so let's forget about it for now. Come on, let's head to class.
After he had explained what was going on, Nagakura-sensei started leading the way to the classroom. Would it be easier for me to go back in if he was there with me? I decided to follow after him. Valentine's Day, huh? Now that someone had mentioned it, I realized I really did need to start thinking about it. That day would gradually start drawing closer and closer. What should I make this year? I don't know, because we're not going for a romantic route. My afternoon classes felt like they lasted longer than usual, but they were finally over. A feeling of freedom came over me as the final bell rang. School had finished for the day. The moment homeroom ended, I left the classroom. Thanks to the little chats I had during lunch, I now knew why everyone was acting oddly now. But that didn't change how uncomfortable it made me. On the contrary, now that I knew what everyone was expecting from me, I felt more and more like I couldn't stand to stay there a second longer. As the sun began to set, the shadow of all those chocolatey expectations caused my face to fall. Soon enough, the day that gave women the courage to confess their love would roll around. A day where girls have both chocolate and their hearts to... I keep reading this every single time wrong.
A day where girls gave both chocolate and their hearts to the apple of their eye, hoping to start something.
Yes, thank you. I don't know why this line in particular always trips me up. Every single time, every single freaking route.
Is this gonna qualify as a moment?
I don't know. Who in the world should I give? I was shaken from my thoughts by some sort of commotion going on right in front of me. What's with this crowd?
Brother knows best.
There was a throng of people, all crowded along some sort of notice board affixed to the hallway wall. I spotted some people I recognized amidst the crowd and called out to them. Amagiri, Shiranui!
Oh, it's Yukimura. Are you on your way home?
I was going to, but what's going on over here?
Hey, be faster if you just saw it for yourself. Hey, you! Move it a little bit!
He just kicked someone out of the way. I stepped into the space Shiranui had made for me and began to read the bulletin aloud. Announcement. Beginning tomorrow, students will undergo random personal effects inspections for a week. Entertainment and gaming systems, as well as unnecessary food and drink, will be confiscated?
Starting tomorrow and lasting for 1 week. To put it simply, up until Valentine's Day. The perfect plan to eliminate any potential chocolate giving. And the only person nasty enough to think this up, can you take a guess, yeah?
Don't tell me it's Kazuma.
As if. He's aiming for the opposite, actually. Yes, contrary to this announcement, Kazuma is impatiently awaiting receiving chocolates.
So if it's not him, then it's... It hurts to be called nasty, you know.
And there he is.
Kaoru! Pushing his way through the crowd, Kaoru made swift strides up to where we were standing. Kaoru, what does this mean? Is this notice from the disciplinary committee? Of course. It's our job to correct any disruptions to order within the school. Why are you doing such a thing? Why? Isn't it obvious? If we take no... Shush!
No.
If we take no preventative measures, the riffraff won't have a shred of shame coming to pester you for obligatory chocolates. But if it's banned from the school grounds entirely, everyone will have to give up, right? You should be grateful to have a brother as kind as me. But if things are like this now, if I happen to bring romantic chocolates, won't they end up being confiscated too? Romantic chocolates, you say? Well, say what you want. If I recall, you don't have anyone you want to confess to in the first place, right? Well... Or, don't tell me you intend to confess to someone like Todo, or Okita, or even Saito. I didn't say anything like that. Kaoru continued to rattle off a rapid-fire stream of questions while completely ignoring my objections. Though, truth be told, I had no idea he was even capable of looking as frustrated as he did now. Anyway, you're still too young. You absolutely can't bring any chocolate. Got it? You absolutely cannot!
Oh, really? You and what army?
Kaoru went to the trouble of reminding me twice before he briskly marched away. I was left dumbfounded in his wake before I returned to Amagiri and Shiranui. I am sorry you two had to see such a shameful display.
I mean, I don't care about that, but what even was that? It seems that the inner workings of an older brother's mind are just as mysterious as those of a woman.
Oh boy. After that, I parted ways with Amaguri and Shiranui, and passed through the front gate on my way home. Even if I set aside the random inspections for now, I couldn't escape the fact that Valentine's Day was fast approaching. I really don't have a choice. I need to start thinking about what chocolates to make. The person I want to give chocolates to, huh? My mumble turned into white fog as it left my mouth. It rose up into the heavens and vanished, destined to never reach anyone else's ears. There was 1 week left until Valentine's Day. A sweet, painful feeling swam in the depths of my heart at the thought of who I wanted to give chocolates to. I wonder if I'd even be able to. All I wanted was a little more time. Yet, as if despite me, time still passed, and the day seems to get shorter and shorter. Bah!
Oh,
Whoa.
hello.
Oh. Hi.
Hello.
I've been thrown off.
Yeah, I
You
know you guys were
expecting
streaming.
maybe the Addams family?
What?
Ninja
I
Turtle
know you-
reference
Oh,
there.
Jesus Christ.
I didn't know you guys were streaming.
Oh.
Oh yeah, there's a stream tonight. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I thought it's usually at 9 for some reason.
No, we decided to do it an hour earlier.
Yeah.
Uh,
Anyway. Before I even knew it, the calendar already read mid-February. I spent my Saturday afternoon preparing for Valentine's Day, which was fast approaching. It's time for the girls!
Yep.
I visited the Hakuoki Academy cafeteria with Osen and Kozusu over the weekend. This is Hakuoki Academy's cafeteria? I saw a little bit of it during the Cultura Festival, but it really is so spacious. Ours is a little bit smaller in scale. Lots of people bring in bentos anyway. Usually I was the only girl around here, so it actually felt really strange seeing other girls in school like this. The two of them looked at the unfamiliar food items on offer on the display menu and grinned. Look, Kozusu! Doesn't this pudding look delicious? Oh, son, we're not here to eat or anything. Well, Kozusu was right. We didn't come here today to eat.
I hope you three weren't waiting too long. Everything's ready now.
That must have been a lot of work, Inoue-san. Thank you so much. Take a shot!
Yep.
Ah.
Oh.
Hmm?
Oh, I was waiting for the next line.
Oh, sorry. But is it really alright for people who aren't part of your school to borrow your kitchen like this?
Oh, nonsense. You've already gotten permission for it, right? Besides, you're from Shimabara High School. There's nothing you have to be shy over.
Well, we'll take you up on your offer then. How about we get started? Time to make some chocolates. Yeah.
Now, I don't want to get in the way of you girls, so I'll just stay in the back and leave you to it. Feel free to use whatever equipment you need in the kitchen. Just be careful with the fire.
Sure thing. Thank you so much. Shot. After thanking him, we first lined up all the ingredients we had bought in a row. Fresh cream, unsalted butter, cocoa powder, wheat flour, eggs, baking powder, chocolate to use, more chocolate to use, oh, and some more chocolate to use.
And finally, chocolate for eating and using.
Osen, are you making a life-size chocolate statue?
She wishes.
What? Chizuru-chan, would you be the model for it?
Oh, god damn it.
It's surreal to imagine that being eaten. Absolutely not. Oh, boo. Well, we're not even making one big chocolate in the first place anyway. We'll be making several smaller ones. Austin has a large circle of acquaintances. She also needs to give some to her relatives. Oh, I see. It must be nice for you too. You look like you've got chocolates to get to your special someones. Huh? Well, I don't know if you have anyone like that to give chocolates to, Chizuru-chan. But lately, Kozusu's gotten close with that Ibuki guy we met at the pool, I mean.
Oh no.
Since when? It's not like that, really. These chocolates are platonic. With her ingredients cradled in hand, Kozusu's expression went very tender with her muttering. I felt somewhat jealous seeing that, but I also found myself making a similarly fond face. Now then, how about we make those chocolates? Let's do this. I wondered if I'd have such a tender expression as I put my heart into what I would make. But anyway, I had to do my best in making them. Time for the chibi!
Yep.
She's so adorable. I want a chibi figure of this.
Yeah, I'm sure you do.
No matter what came next, first we had to warm things up. The chocolate we heated inside the bowl slowly started to change shape. Now next is... With the chocolate sweet-smelling fragrance, it was only natural that it reminded me of someone. To be honest! Although the girls encouraged me to give someone Valentine's chocolate, a part of me was still hesitant. I knew so many great people among my friends, I'd give all of them chocolates if I could. But if Valentine's Day chocolates were things that meant that you wanted to grow closer to someone, then... I like to give them to Kaoru, I suppose. It would soon be a year since he and I reunited. But even though we met face to face, we started arguing a lot, and even now it didn't feel like he opened up his heart to me. As I chopped up the chestnuts and almonds... Ooh, chestnuts and almonds! I mentally reviewed the recipe for chocolate brownies in my head one more time. Oh, so Kaoru gets chocolate brownies, huh?
Can I be your brother? I want some chocolate brownies.
With chestnuts and almonds in it?
Yes.
He likes me. Kaoru's my twin brother. I'm sure he likes me. I may have been pushing that a little. But I really hoped in my heart that this would be the spark that would have him open up to me. The real problem has to be the fact that he's in the disciplinary committee. He had pressed the personal effects inspections to prohibit people from bringing any unnecessary items. He was the ringleader of it all. And it also felt like giving him any at school would be impossible in the first place anyway. While I thought about that, at the end of the day, even with the tasty chocolates I made, I wasn't even sure if I could bring them to school in the first place. I could trick them one way or another during the inspections. Osa and Kozusu cocked their heads a little at me, maybe because they realized that I'd stopped doing anything at some point. What's wrong, Chizuru-chan? Nothing. I just don't know if I can bring these to school even though I've made them. What do you mean? The truth is... That's what the inspections are for? What the heck? That's so mean of him! The fact that they're doing it now means they're totally targeting Valentine's Day. Hearing about the inspections and the disciplinary committee would run really raised their hackles. Hackles is a word.
Yeah, it is.
They stopped making their chocolates and looked ready to run over and give them a beating right this second. I hurriedly shook my head at them. Calm down, you two. It's already been decided anyway. But isn't that just complete tyranny? Maybe if I go and have a complaint, give them a complaint or two.
Then contain the calamity that is your memories.
Yeah, Jesus fucking Christ. Listen, you'd be sure to cause havoc if you did that, so try and bear with it. Although, even though it's definitely unfair, I feel like there is a point to it. Practically speaking, you have fewer boys you need to worry about wanting chocolates thanks to that notice. You have a point, but... You can't really do much seeing as it's been decided. And if there's someone you want to give chocolates to, you could just do it after you go home, right? Yeah. Honestly, Kozusu might have been right.
It was, though.
Even if I wanted to give chocolates to someone, there wasn't any reason I had to bring them to school. I'm of the opposite opinion. As the yawn interrupts me. I'm of the opposite opinion. I mean, Valentine's Day is a whole page in this chapter of our lives right now, right? There's meaning in giving chocolates to someone at school. Plus, you make memories that way, too. I can see both sides to it. If there's someone you want to give them to, no matter what, then this is the one chance you get this year. You can't give in to the rules. But I think it'd be really sad if you got your chocolates confiscated as a result. Well, whatever you end up doing, the choice will be yours to make, Chizuru-chan. Except the one route where you actually put them in her bag.
Yeah, right?
For Saito. What would be the right thing to do? I thought about that in the back of my mind while starting the final stages of cooking my chocolates. Boop. And now, we're on what I presume to be a bridge.
You think this is a bridge?
I don't know, it kind of looks like a bridge.
It does.
I somehow managed to finish making my chocolates, and Valentine's Day had finally arrived. It looks like a bridge! A cold winter wind blew through the streets as I made my way to school. I've been racking my brain since this morning. So, I have my chocolates with me, which is good, but what? You brought the chocolates? Why would you bring the chocolates? The problem is I doubt that Kaoru will accept them without making a fuss about it. I secretly hid the chocolates in my bag where nobody would find them, and let out a sigh that rattled my own ears. At any rate, Kaoru was a hardcore contrarian. Not to mention he was also the one who spearheaded the inspections as a disciplinary committee member. Giving them to him outside of school would be best if possible. Circumstances meant that this time, the inspections enforced by the committee were part of the school rules. And if I had to take my pick, I'd much rather not break the rules. Which was why I didn't want to bring any chocolates to school at all initially. I just planned on inviting Kaoru to my house after school via text and giving him his chocolates then. Why didn't we go with this plan? Despite that, it was mainly to do with how he'd replied. Kaoru, do you have a minute? Would you mind coming around to my house after school tomorrow? If you're free, that is. Oh god, what is his response? Well, this is pretty sudden. It's not as if I can just pop over either. Oh,
there it goes.
I don't have that much free time on my hands. Also, is that any way to ask someone for a favor? There's clearly a better way. In general, as my sister, you should... I don't think it was my fault that I stopped responding there. I had made some excuse about having to be somewhere and beat a hastily reply with my bag in tow. Well, if I can't give him any outside of school... Yeah, I'll make him take the chocolates as a surprise attack, then leave before he can say anything. I have a feeling that's not gonna work out as well as you think.
Because minigames?
That obviously seemed to be the best way to go about all this. I had that vague plan in mind as I got closer to my school. Then... Sure enough, there were disciplinary committee members by the school gates. What should I do? They were definitely going to find them at this rate. Oh shit!
Oh, that's right, I gotta get the thing up.
I did not get a chance to save! We just went straight into it.
Bookmarks,
Oh, I didn't get a chance to save. That's what threw me off.
Where is it?
We just get the panic music.
Which, honestly, is basically how we feel right now.
Alright. Ready?
Sure.
Oh, we're outside. Oh, Hesky!
Well, at least this one's easy.
If I remember the buttons.
Well, just so happens I got my PlayStation and Switch controller up.
Oh, goody.
Let's see, top face is triangle.
Triangle.
Okay. Left face is square, right face is circle, and down face is X.
So, triangle, circle, X, square. From the
Triangle, circle, X square. Yeah.
top.
Triangle, circle. Wait a minute. So which one do you think is circle?
Is it B?
Yes.
Okay. Jesus Christ!
Triangle, circle, X square.
Don't do that! Triangle, circle, X, square. Okay. Let's go. X.
Let's see.
X triangle. X triangle X. X triangle X X.
X.
X triangle X X O. X triangle X X O square. X triangle X X O square. Who's next?
I'm so sorry.
It's good. Ah, fuck!
No.
What button? This is just O.
Press circle to dodge, which is B.
Okay. Let's see. Okay, got one. Two. Ah! Bitch!
Kazuma.
Bitch!
So, do we, like, continue, or?
We can't continue. We're gonna load from where I didn't save. Which means, we're skipping a lot. Time to press buttons!
Which is a good opportunity to me to, go and get another can of Dr. Pepper.
Yep, go.
I will be back.
We'll go. I guess that one.
I got it. And of course, as soon as I sit down, I gotta go pee.
Go. This will be a minute. Da 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 da. Da 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 da. Mistakes have been made. Da 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 da. Hey, Brat. Come on. We're almost there! Almost. I swear.
Alright, save.
Save. Oh, it changed the coder. Alright, going on. Alright. Okay, here's the save. The real save. Alright. Time for a minigame. Who's first? Hanada. This is easy.
That's it. Yeah.
There we go. Yamazaki! Oh god, where are the words?
Oh no!
Okay, I got the list. We're gonna do this together!
Yay!
Yeah!
Alright, pause.
No is in it. How many of these have no in it? Not that side, not that one.
I see
Only
one.
but it's too long. It's 4.
Yeah, and I see one that's 4 that has no in it.
There's 2 that has no in it.
That has 4?
That has, yeah. It's on the bottom. It's in the first column, but on the second part.
Yeah, I see it.
Okay.
And then
Box. It's the first one. So no? Fuck. Got it.
okay. Oh, okay, yeah, I see which one it was now.
Yeah.
Alright.
Oh, Hesuke. Hey, Hesuke. Okay, I'm ready. Like, square. Triangle. Square triangle. Square triangle X. Square triangle X triangle. Square triangle X triangle. Square triangle X triangle triangle. Square triangle X triangle triangle X. X triangle X triangle triangle X. Alright, that's 3 down, 2 more to go. Hijikata! It's just running, right? Legit.
Yeah,
Okay.
just mash the circle button to make our Shiro run faster.
Alright. I'm pressing the button.
So B button, B button, B
B
button,
button,
B
B button, B button, B button, B button, fast!
It's the A button on Nintendo, but
Let's be here. Nagakura! Oh, shit.
at least his is reasonably easy.
Reasonably easy. 6, 7. Go around. 7, 9. Ah!
No!
Ah! Let's go again, last time, before we skip it. We give these 3 tries.
Sort of like we give each entry 3 chances on spin the wheel.
Alright, who's first? Hesuke, buddy! Alright. Circle. Circle, circle. Circle, circle, square. Circle, circle, square, X. Circle, circle, square, X, triangle.
Uh-huh.
Circle, circle, square, X, triangle, X, square. Wait.
Yeah, square.
Circle, circle, square, X, triangle, square.
Yeah.
Circle, circle,
circle,
square,
square,
X, triangle,
triangle,
square.
square.
Who's next?
Hada Sensei, so at least that's easy.
Yeah. There we go.
Hey! 2 down, 3 to go. Okay, that one's easy.
Yes. Hijikata's mad! Run away! No!
Wait a minute.
It's Soji!
Soji. Why?
We're doomed!
Maybe. Maybe not.
What do you mean, maybe not?
Maybe we'll get lucky.
You realize we have never gotten him right? Right? Okay. Yeah. I'm scared. Okay. Serizawa Hijikata.
I believe it's raise both, maybe?
Hold on. I think you're right. Hijikata.
Raise Hijikata.
Wait.
No,
Wait.
don't raise
Wait.
Hijikata.
No, raise Hijikata. Raise Hijikata. Wait. No, it's... Fuck. No, I think it's raise. It is raise.
Yeah.
It's raise.
Okay. Raise.
I think. I'm gonna fuck us over. Ah!
It must have been lower Hijikata.
No, that doesn't make sense.
Raise Serizawa, maybe. No?
Raise Serizawa.
No.
It showed Hijikata.
I know.
Could it be don't? Could it have been don't raise Hijikata?
I don't know. We'll never know.
Fuck. Soji, why?
Because.
What do you mean because? Lord. Well, I guess we're skipping it. We gave it 3 tries. Oh, fuck. What was the thing for the ticket? I forget. Oh, okay. There we go. I need water. I knew it was the end when we saw Soji. I'd finally run away from the disciplinary committee members and arrived at the gate when it happened. Whoa. Ah! I bumped into someone from behind and ended up falling onto my rear in a spectacular fashion. I'm going to guess it's Kaoru.
Well, I mean, it is his route.
True. Sorry about that. I spaced out a little there. What? That line is very much Okita.
I don't mind. I mean, hey, it was pretty fun to watch, if I do say so myself.
Or it's Kaoru. In which case...
Right, so let's go.
Let's see. Huh? That voice, more importantly, that sound of a shutter going off could only be... I was fucking right!
You cut out.
I was right!
You heard Chizuru-chan?
Okita-san.
Hey, you look alright, at least. Here, I'll help you up.
The strange grin he was wearing gave me a bad feeling for some reason. I stood up with the hand he lent me, after which he gave me a broad grin. Thank you. Take a shot. See, I don't even need the voices. I fucking knew it was Okita. Boop.
You're welcome. By the way, you better pick that up pretty quick, I'd say.
Huh? Ah! I followed Okita's line of sight and spotted my bag that had fallen on the ground. My parcel, wrapped up all pretty in pink, ended up rolling out next to it. You saw that? His grin was so scary.
That's chocolate, right? The Valentine's Day kind? Who's it for? Me? As if. You wouldn't have tried to hide it so much if it was. Which means it's actually for...
It's for Kaoru.
Well.
Just as I resigned myself to confessing, Okita-san slowly narrowed his eyes at me. He clearly looked displeased, but a corner of his lip was still raised in a smirk. I couldn't tell whether he was enjoying himself or was just angry. I was scared either way. Why are you making that face?
Well, at the end of the day, he does act like your brother, more or less. And you can give him chocolates if you want, but honestly, it's just pretty surprising.
Surprising? You mean me giving chocolates to Kaoru?
Aye. Because really, Nagamo's sulky to the core. Underhanded, contrarian, has a sister complex, and... let's see, a foul mouth, and he's just armed to the teeth with sarcasm. It's normally fine to get brothers to, brothers? It's normally fine to get chocolates to your brother, but Nagamo's far from normal. I thought you wouldn't feel like giving him any.
I mean... Just like Okita said, I also thought Kaoru didn't simply say what he meant. He complained so much about me, to me as well. A lot of what he said would hurt others' feelings too. But all the same, it's true that it's true that he can say mean things and isn't honest with others. But when I stayed up too late, he worried about me like he should have. When I fell over and couldn't move, he lent me a hand like he should have. He's easy to misunderstand and always expresses himself in a really roundabout way, but I think he has his kind moments too. After I finished saying that, Okita looked dumbfounded. I didn't think I had said anything so weird, though.
Man, I knew you were a kind soul, but to think that you could be that positive about someone like him? To be able to look at Nagamo and even express that he's a nice guy. You might just be the only person in the world that'd say that.
That's not true at all, I think. His smirk gradually deepened and he eventually shrugged. Then, the moment he did... Fuck you, Okita. Hold it, Okita. What are you doing with my sister? The very person in question came bursting in. Kaoru... Chizuru, you okay? Not being indoctrinated by any of the weird things he's been telling you again, are you? No, nothing like that. We were just talking about you.
Just bad-mouthing you, and that's it, actually.
What the hell? We were not! Kaoru's piercing gaze was filled with suspicion, like he was figuring out what I was really up to. Eventually, he stood in Okita-san's way as if to protect me. I'm telling you now, Okita. I won't let you lay a hand on my sister as long as I live. He looked at Kaoru, who wedged himself between us, and stood there silently for a while. Then he grinned and turned his back on us.
Nagamo? Can I say something?
What?
Yeah, I've just been thinking about it again. And the jury's in. I really do hate you.
What? What the hell's with that? Who says they hate someone out of nowhere?
Me!
And you don't need to make an announcement of it. I hate your guts!
Oh, I hate you too, buddy.
Ah! I've had an inkling about this for a while, but the chemistry between Kaoru and Okita was just terrible to a lethal degree. Just wait until you hear about your alternate selves. Kaoru cursed at Okita for a while as he walked away. But he seemed to have calmed down after some time had passed. After gathering himself, he turned to me. Chizuru, were you really talking about me behind my back just now? I wasn't. Sure you weren't. Well, anyway. Oh, before that, Kaoru, could you hear me out? I put my hand in my bag to pull out my chocolates before Kaoru could get a word in edgewise. They were filled with a year's worth of gratitude. There was still a distance between us, and to close it, I wanted to give him these chocolates filled with... Right. Chizuru. Today's Valentine's Day, but I hope you didn't bring any chocolates with you of all things. You didn't, right? He beat me to the initiative before I could get them out. I flinched out of surprise before I froze. Hold on a moment. You mumbled something just now, right? Were you not listening to me the entire time? No, I didn't mean anything by it. I lost my opportunity to give them to him, my eyes wandering. He seemed to have misunderstood me, then, as his expression grew stern. No, don't tell me you actually brought some in. Who are they for? Let me see your bag for a moment. Stop! Let go and listen to what I have to say!
No.
I'll explain everything about the chocolates when there are less people around. Like I'd fall for that excuse. Hand over your bag if you don't want to get any strikes. Then, unwittingly... My bag fell out of her hands and my small wrapped parcel rolled out of it. One look at it and everyone could tell it had chocolates inside. Kaoru, you dumbass! You gave me such a hard time about it. You did bring chocolates with you after all! Kaoru held up the chocolates like it was a trophy from a beheaded beast. Jesus! And as soon as he did, a commotion broke out around us.
Commotion?
Come on. Ugh. Anyway.
Hey, those are chocolates, right? Yukimura has someone special to give them to? Where's the lucky bastard at? I guess the one setting that you chose was all the background characters.
I guess so, yeah. Well, we figured it out. This was totally humiliating. Kaoru, just give them back, please. Give them back? No way. Bad sisters like you need to be punished. Honestly, just who were you planning on giving this to anyway?
You idiot.
Even as I jumped and tried to snatch them back, Kaoru easily sidestepped me every time. I wanted to cry so much. Who was it? You couldn't have had a teacher in mind, right?
That's next route.
We've already come this far, so say it. Who are they really for? For... What was that? I can't hear you. I'm telling you, it's you! I said these chocolates are for you, Kaoru! The whole world stopped spinning with my shriek. The air froze over and all the commotion fell quiet.
Jazz music stops.
Amidst the dead silence, what finally broke it was the one very boneheaded noise from Kaoru. They're yours. No, wait a second. Your chocolates. There they are.
Hey, did you hear that just now? He said he put all those rules in place and now he's the one getting chocolate? How close are they even as siblings?
Even the school knows this too? Literally?
I guess.
It seems like people's feelings on the situation came back at the same time as the sound did. I was so desperate I didn't know whether to get angry or cry when I started speaking. Those are the chocolates I made for you, Kaoru. Please give them back. Okay. He couldn't put up a fight against what I'd said. He trembled as he gave them back to me. Then, as he finally came back to his senses, he looked around at the crowd that had started kicking up a fuss, then at me. Come here for a moment. Whee! He grabbed me by the arm and broke into a dead sprint. We slipped out into the courtyard. When Kaoru finally stopped, we were in the rear courtyard where no one was in sight. I had to catch my breath because of how we kept running, and the first thing he said to me was, "You little... You just had to embarrass me, didn't you? It's all your fault."
Oh my god.
What? We could have skipped all this if you just said they were for me. But you said it with that... And with timing as terrible as that. I tried telling you, but you wouldn't even listen. Our faces went red from shouting at each other beneath the cherry blossom tree, just as its buds were on the verge of blooming. What about you, Kaoru? Why did you show off my chocolates and mock me like that? It might have been anger, shyness, or just plain embarrassment. We raised our voices without having a clue as to the reason behind it all. How was I supposed to know they were for me? That's not my fault. Why did you think they couldn't be for you? Of course I'd give you chocolates. I mean, you're my brother after all. It was like those were the magic words. With those final words, a silence fell between us. Your brother, huh? You are, aren't you? Our arguing up until now felt kind of stupid all of a sudden. We looked at each other and shook our heads, smiling at the irony of the situation. Shish. Whatever, I forgive you. Since I am your brother in the end. Sure. So, Kaoru, do you want some chocolates or not? I'll have them, since there's no other way around it. He gently reached for the chocolates I held out for him. Despite all he had said, he took care in taking them, like they were fragile and he wanted to keep them safe, as he gave a broad grin. You better remember White Day's coming up, because I'll be paying you back plenty for this. Ah, fuck. That'll be you thanking me, not payback.
That is what I call it, yes?
He just couldn't be honest at all. I smiled as I threw a glance at the cherry blossom tree standing there. It had only just been a year ago since then. Kaoru and I had reunited for the first time in a decade as cherry blossom drifted down onto our heads. Our father and mother had passed away, and we were adopted into separate households. When I saw him again after so long, Kaoru had changed from how I remembered him. He had grown a little. No, actually, he'd gotten a lot meaner. I almost ended up thinking he was maybe someone else altogether. But every time we exchanged words like this, every time we had pointless arguments like normal siblings did, I felt the distance between us shrink little by little. What? No, nothing. Kaoru made as if he wasn't even paying attention, leaving me to my own devices as I tugged the hem of my shirt. We aren't apart anymore. I faintly murmured that while looking up at the fresh buds of cherry blossoms on a tree branch. What tree branch? I hoped our days at Hakuo Academy would be so fulfilling that I'd almost forget about the time we were apart.
Epilogue, just the two of us.
Epilogue. As I entered Hakuo Academy, spring, summer, autumn, and winter came. Spring arrived once more after a year. It was the season that heralded new life as cherry blossoms bloomed all over. I had just become a second year, and I quietly looked up at the cherry blossom tree in the rear courtyard, just like when I first enrolled here. With this, I'm a second-year student at Hakuo Academy too now. As I was watching the cherry blossoms... What? The cherry blossomed on the same colors as they did last year. It felt like time had stopped. It didn't feel real at all, somehow. But there was no doubt that the memories of my school life this past year resided in my heart. The fun times, the hard times, and the good times. And well, as every single word I exchanged with Kaoru. As well as every single word I exchanged with Kaoru. Looking back, my first year in high school was a series of encounters and discoveries. For my first midterms, I reviewed my notes in a rush after I had heard about the penalties. During the summer, I played in the pool with everyone and took care of the occasional cat with Kaoru. I was a little embarrassed about the cultural festival. I didn't think I dressed like that, but looking back on it now, it made for a good memory. Then there were the memories I had from winter, during Christmas and Valentine's Day, that warmed my heart. Looking back on this past year, I couldn't help but smile. I wondered if I was able to grow as a proper student over the past year. Also, I wonder if Kaoru and I have gotten a little closer now, after we were apart for so long. I thought that while walking at a leisurely pace, and eventually my house came into view. There was a moving truck parked near my house. What?
Whack?
When I found who was standing beside it, I gave him a little wave. Kaoru! Well, look at that. You're finally home. What kind of sister are you, keeping me waiting for so long? You were the one who told me to take my time coming home because you'd be heading back first. More importantly, have you finished bringing in the luggage? I just finished. It's not like I have that much to bring over. I also went better than expected. It also went better than expected, since there wasn't anyone here to hold me back. Sure.
Bruh.
Okay. I just shrugged my shoulders, ignoring the snide comment and narrowed-eyed look he sent my way. I guess I was totally used to his sarcasm by now as well. What's with that attitude? God, you're more thick-headed than I thought if you don't even understand sarcasm. How's your brother? That's because there's nothing malicious about your sarcasm right now. What? You've probably been bringing in luggage because you wanted to hurry and finish unloading everything so I wouldn't need to help out with it, right? I spoke with a bright smile on my face, making Kaoru give me a sour look. Has anyone told you you're not charming in the least lately? I don't think so. Forget it. Let's just go inside. I'll make us some tea or something. I watched the truck leave and opened the front door to head inside. I beckoned Kaoru to follow me. Come on, Kaoru. Hurry up now. Yeah. Well, excuse me. Kaoru, this is your home too, starting today. I slowly smiled at Kaoru as I looked at his face. He hesitated for a moment when I told him that. Afterwards, his face went red and he said, I'm home. It all started with a phone call from my father. My father, Kodo Yukimura, had been in a remote village which had no doctor for several years now. Due to his work, he was only able to come home a few times a year. It seemed that there were a lot of patients who needed him these days, so he decided not to leave but to settle there as its island's full-time doctor.
Well, look at that.
So he asked me if I'd like to live there. Honestly, had I been the same person I was a year ago, I would have gone with him despite my worries. We'd spent time together after he'd left for so long. That used to be the most important thing to me. But now I wasn't able to nod and go along with him. Living with my dad was something I'd wanted for years. But now I was just as attached to this town, and I loved the school I went to, Hakuoki Academy. I wanted to learn a lot of things here before I head out into the world. When I told my dad that, he objected to the idea, noting how dangerous it was for a girl to live on her own, even though she's been doing it for like a year.
Yeah!
But then Kaoru interrupted him, saying that must have meant that it would be okay if she wasn't on her own. Kaoru, who is undoubtedly my brother by blood, put in a lot of work to persuade my father and the Nagumo family to let him live with me. That said, a lot of fighting took place then, didn't it? About me moving into your place, right? Yeah, about things relating to the inheritance and rights of you being adopted by the Nagumos. As if it matters. What's wrong with siblings living in the same house? That's normal, if anything. Well, that's true, but... Or do you not like it? Living with me? His sarcastic tone revealed just a hint of anxiety within. I shook my head to reassure him. No, it's nothing like that. I'm really happy about it. Is that so? But are you okay with this, Kaoru? You're really going to leave the Nagumo family house at this rate? I don't mind. Well, I'll show up there for New Year's and festivals and whatnot. What's with the weird look in your face? If you got something to say, just say it. No, Kaoru, you've changed. The old you wouldn't have said something like, I don't care about that house, right? No questions asked. I won't deny that. But, well, they raised me all this time, so I feel somewhat obligated to them. Kaoru was curt in his declaration, huffing as he looked away from me. The fact that he expressed gratitude at all was... Yeah, I think you have changed after all. It just came off as so endearing. I couldn't help but put my hand on his head. There you go. There. What the hell do you think you're doing? I'm the older one, you know. We were born at pretty much the same time, so I don't think it makes much of a difference. I was born a second earlier than you. I was born a second earlier than you, so obviously I'm your older brother. Just get your hands off me.
Just barely, you idiot.
Even though he said all that, he didn't move to brush my hand away. For a moment, Kaoru closed his eyes, almost as if to savor the feeling before he reached for my head next. Ah, I can't! No. God damn it, this root is giving me Kaoru redemption.
Just like it was with me and fucking bitch.
Kaoru? Just stay put. We lost the warmth of our parents early on, and it was like we were making sure of each other's warmth now. Kaoru put his hand on my head, sounding uncharacteristically gentle as he told me, when our parents died, I was still just a kid. My hands were small, too small, to the point that I couldn't even stop you from being taken away. But I'm different now. I'll be the one closest to you as your brother, and I'll be able to keep you safe. I'm not the only one being protected here. I'll be able to support you too. You're pretty cocky for a baby sister. You're pretty obstinate for an older brother. Kaoru really was twisted, contrarian, and mean. But he was the best big brother I could ever ask for.
Oh.
Looks like I'll be having a hard time from now on. Despite what I said, the smiles we both had never left our faces. After so long, we were reunited. I slowly closed my eyes, feeling happy that we were able to live together as siblings again. Yes, we'd be able to walk together again from Hakuoki Academy. Credits!
Yeah.
Hooray!
Right.
There he is.
Yeah.
Hi, bitch.
Still a travesty with the other two.
Oh, look. Sanan.
It's your boy.
Ah, my son.
Yes. Yeah.
Yay! I guess I can buy stuff. Oh, Lord. Alright.
I get it. I get it. I get it.
Oh boy, we get to start over!
Yay.
Let me find it!
Yeah.
Sanan. Unfortunately, the walkthrough spoils one picture. But I don't know when it happens, so at least there's that.
Alright.
Would you want to re-enter in it? No! Like you used the same name as last time? Yes! Alright.
This is a work of fiction. Well, no shit.
Uh-huh. You want to skip the prologue? Yes. Skip.
Not yet, Ferb.
You say not yet, Ferb?
Yes.
Why?
Because it's just like, oh, what? You never want to see the prologue again? Not yet, Ferb.
It's June. We're back to June. As the calendar turned to the next page, we switched to our summer uniforms. I had been so desperate to get used to high school life that April and May had just flown by. Mail! Yamazaki!
Oh,
Oh, wait.
hey, we know the answer to this one now.
We don't even need to read it because we read it earlier.
Uh-huh. You could try eating it?
Yay.
I guess so. No matter how dubious it may look, I'm sure he wouldn't give me a gift with something that is completely inedible. Right. I have prepared myself. I'll try eating it. If something does happen, Chizuru-chan, Please see to my remains.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Did you get closer on purpose?
Yes.
Why?
Is this funny?
Oh, Jesus. Okay, so I'm turning these all off. Fuck! There we go.
There we go.
There we go. Lately, I think I finally made a place for myself at Hakuoki Academy. Of course, it was a school full of boys, so I still felt a little out of place. But thanks to how reliable my friends and teachers were, I was living a fulfilling life at school. 2 months had passed since I began high school. It was a clear and sunny June morning. When I arrived at school, things felt off from the moment I entered the building. Just after I climbed the stairs and turned onto the landing...
Mac.
Ah! Yes, Mac. I collided with someone rushing around the corner and ended up falling on my butt. Ow.
Yukimura-kun? Sorry. I told you not to rush, Yamazaki-san. Are you alright, Yukimura-kun?
I looked up and saw faces I recognized. Saito-san was holding a textbook under one arm. He held out his hand to me. Yeah, I'm alright. I grabbed his hand, trying not to overthink it so he could pull me upright. Thank you for that. I'm sorry, Yamazaki-san. I wasn't being careful. As I bowed deeply to the two of them, I noticed the second-year textbook had fallen to the floor. Isn't this your textbook, Yamazaki-san?
Oh, did I drop it? I didn't notice. Thank you.
Something was off. Yamazaki-san's eyes had kind of a glazed look with noticeable dark circles beneath them. Saito-san looked unusually tired too. This seemed...
Are you alright?
Are you alright? Are the two of you alright?
Us? Why do you ask?
I might be jumping to conclusions, but you look really sick.
No, we're fine. Don't worry about us. Saito and I, you see, we were late into last night. We didn't get much sleep.
I'm not sure what you mean, but if you two are having a rough time, you should rest in the infirmary.
No, I can't rest. The next subject's the one I'm most worried about. Indeed, I've heard chemistry will be especially hard. We'll regret it if we don't take it seriously.
But...
Exactly. Even though I'd like to take a break. Thank you for worrying about us, though, Yukimura-kun.
With that, they wandered unsteadily to the floor below. They were likely to run into someone again. I was worried about the state they were in. They're studying so much that they look sick. Why was their next class really that important? I watched their haggard-looking frames totter away until they disappeared down the corridor. Then I started walking again. Since I had arrived that morning, the sound of students chattering filled the hallways. The hallway outside the classrooms was especially lively, maybe because class hadn't started yet. I'd gotten to know my classmates over the last 2 months and exchanged greetings with them as I headed to our classroom. On the way... There was a yawn. I spotted a couple of familiar faces in the distance and suddenly stopped in my tracks. Heisuke and Okita-san. They were both second years. Why were they waiting by a first year classroom? It would be time for homeroom soon.
Leave them alone, I think.
Call out to them.
Oh.
Heisuke, Okita-san! I called out to them while waving. Both of them noticed me and immediately came over.
Yeah, Chizuru, good morning.
Hi, Heisuke. Did you guys just come back from practice?
Yep, been working like dogs all morning.
They were part of the kendo club, which often started in the morning. On days when he had morning training, Heisuke and I couldn't walk to school together. I felt the tiniest bit lonely when that happened. Which is surprising that Heisuke would actually get up and go for kendo. And at the other times, he's just asleep. But I was also happy to see him devote himself to his training. But why are you guys here? These are the first year classrooms.
That's, well, the thing is, we were just passing by. Why not be honest? This guy came by because he was worried about you. What? Soji, not cool!
Worried? About me? I blinked in surprise. Heisuke sheepishly rubbed his head and mumbled.
I mean, you're surrounded by a bunch of guys, right? I'm worried they might pick on you or something.
No, I'm alright. I've made a lot of friends in my class these past few months.
There you go. Yeah, here he comes anyway, wearing his pretty little head of yours. Pretty stalker's vibes, don't you think? Who are you calling a stalker? I'm not anything like one.
I found myself smiling at Okita-san and Heisuke's banter. Anyway, guys, I think the bell's about to ring.
Oh crap, you're right. Oh, we'll probably see you at lunch later, Chizuru-chan.
After seeing them off, I doubled back to head to class. Whoosh! After entering my classroom, I took out my textbook and notebook, getting ready for the day's lessons. There's a bell we can't hear. The bell rang as soon as I finished, and the door opened right after.
Alright, take your seat, guys. Homeroom's starting.
Everyone rushed to their seats as Harada-sensei came in.
And bow! Alright, Ohio, Moss.
Ohio!
Alright, time for attendance. That's what I'd normally say, but it looks like everyone's here. So, raise your hand if you happen to not be here.
You can't raise your hand if you're not here. Ibuki sounded exasperated as he spoke up. I laughed a little despite myself. Harada-sensei sometimes joked around like that during class. He was really friendly. He really was a friendly, kind teacher.
Now then, you all started school 2 months ago and it's now June. That being the case, though some of you might already know this, our school's midterm tests start in 2 weeks. Make sure you study thoroughly, you guys. Put up your feet and you slack off. Who knows what horrors you might be tempting.
Harada-sensei smirked as if he knew something we didn't. Horrors?
If you're thinking this will be the same as the test back in middle school, oh, you're you're in for a bad time.
Boop.
As you all know, Hakuoki Academy has a teacher who's more passionate about education compared to most other schools.
Passionate about education. Meaning... It's Hijikata-sensei, isn't it?
Well, so it goes. Following a certain teacher's suggestion, there will be penalties for students who get low scores. Those scoring less than 50% in a subject will receive a special homework assignment and clean all the school windows.
The more Harada-sensei explained, the paler everyone in class went.
30% or less lands you with cleaning the corridors on top of the additional homework. And below that, the punishments get extra special.
Special meaning...
Well, 20% or below means doing a problem set, weeding the schoolyard, and a week of additional classes. What? Sorry, but it's already set in stone. You don't like it? Then study like there's no tomorrow. I don't think anyone in here should get lower than 50%. You've got nothing to fear if you study, right?
I recall what had happened that morning while listening to Harada-sensei. That probably explained the state that Saito-san and Yamazaki-san were in.
I don't know.
I didn't mind studying, but I didn't love it so much that I'd subject myself to doing the extra homework. Oh, what would he do to me if I got stuck in supplementary classes? Ibuki-kun's face was drained of all color as he hung his head. This was going to be difficult. I should brace myself. The midterm tests would begin the week after next. I had thought that June's hardships were over, but the real battle was lurking just around the corner. After morning classes had finished, it was finally time for lunch. Was I worrying too much about the tests? I felt kind of weird. Anyway, I should go to the cafeteria for the time being. Heisuke and Okita-san were probably waiting for me. After quickly putting my school supplies away, I headed for the cafeteria. For Hakuoki Academy students, there were essentially 3 ways to get lunch. Some students bought a bento from home, and some bought bread from the school store, but the most popular option by far was buying a meal from the school cafeteria. Wow! The school lunches were all delicious and affordable. It was no wonder they were so popular. I usually brought a bento, but sometimes I didn't feel like having one. The cafeteria was so popular that it was jam-packed today as well.
Hey there! You line up! You line up properly. There are plenty of meals to go around. Hey! Don't argue over the rice. Remember your table manners and share.
The beloved school chef, Inoue-san, was managing the cafeteria. It looked like he was doing a good job sorting the students out as usual. Heisuke isn't here yet, huh? I'd get in the way if I just stood and waited. What should I do? The moment that thought crossed my mind...
You're in the way. Move.
Huh? A voice rang out from the other side of the crowd. Immediately afterwards, the masses split in 2. Imperious as ever, the figure which emerged was... Kazuma. Amagiri and Shiranui pushed away annoying students left and right, creating an empty clearing in the otherwise crowded cafeteria.
Jeez, for us to meet here of all places, how serendipitous. As I thought, there's a strong bond between us. Don't you agree?
What?
Really? Really? You two go to the same school at the same cafeteria? I think it'd be weird if you didn't see each other. It's strange now that you mention it. That you have never encountered each other until here today is quite the mystery. Doesn't sound like much of a bond to me. No matter. Despite what the Peanut Gallery says, rest assured that our meeting here today was definitely kismet. As such, I will handle providing you your lunch. Go on and order whatever your heart desires.
Huh?
What's wrong? There's no need to hold back. Even if you want everything on the menu, I wouldn't mind in the least.
That's not what I'm worried about. At any rate, treating me to so much is unfair to you.
That modesty of yours is such a virtue. But I insist, it's fine. Or is it something else? Does the cafeteria food not suit your palate?
That's not the case at all. It's delicious. It's just that the number of people waiting for food was growing, even in the time it took me to object. The other students couldn't get in line, probably because we stuck out like sore thumbs. The people who were stuck around us were getting angry. What should I do? I was so conflicted that I could feel tears starting to pool in my eyes. Then,
You again, Kazuma?
an ear-splitting yell descended upon us.
Poster boy, to the rescue!
Yay!
Just what do you think you're doing, harassing a female student in the middle of the cafeteria? Can't you see she's about to cry? How ludicrous. You say that as if I were the one who drove her to tears. You say it, Amagiri. Well, I can say we never intended to make her cry in the slightest. Then why is she holding back tears right now? And why is everyone packed in like sardines in here? Out with it. My wife has simply driven to tears by my gratitude for my superb generosity. As for the cafeteria, it just so happens to be crowded today. To falsely accuse a singular student of responsibility is unbefitting of a teacher such as yourself. There's a suspicious clearing around you and you only. You put two and two together and it can only be your fault.
These two always fought like cats and dogs, and the whole school knew about their awful chemistry. Sparks flew the moment they met, and it only grew more and more intense from there. When I saw Hijikata-sensei coming earlier, I thought everything would be sorted out. It had relieved me from the bottom of my heart. But far from improving anything, the situation seemed like it was going to get worse. What do I do?
I don't know.
Break them up. I was a bit scared to intervene, but if I didn't do something, they'd go right on inconveniencing people. Summoning my determination, I took a deep breath and called out to them. Hijikata-sensei! Kazuma!
Look, Hijikata, your quibbling has even annoyed my bride now. Have you so much time to kill that you stick your nose in others' love lives? Why don't you eat and leave and eat whatever it is you have for lunch?
The people around here are...
Before I eat, I wonder if I should eliminate the nuisance in the room first. By the way, don't get it twisted. She isn't married to you, and she isn't going to anytime soon.
Listen to what I have to say! You pair of idiots. Anyway, let's get out of here. I forcefully grabbed both of their arms and dragged them out of the cafeteria. Don't you know that making such a racket bothers everyone else? My heart was still pounding from how loudly I'd yelled. But when I looked back at the cafeteria, the traffic seemed to have smoothed itself out thanks to the odd Cosma-shaped clearing vanishing.
You're absolutely right. I made you anxious without meaning to because of my fight with Kazuma.
No, I'm sorry as well. I think I was a little too aggressive back there.
What are you whispering about there? Hijikata, don't stand so close to my wife. Give her room to breathe. It seems like you finally understand the position you're in. Now, with you more at ease, I will permit you to eat with me, oh wife of mine.
Oh, Jesus.
As expected, of Kazuma. Just as the situation was derailing, you righted it back on course. Too sweet. And that impresses you. Why exactly, Amagiri?
Amagiri and Shiranui joined us outside the cafeteria and started getting involved. But I wanted them to stop it, not play along with it.
Hijikata, you've gone quiet all of a sudden. No further retorts then? If so, Lin, leave my sight. Nothing you say can interfere with the love between my wife and I. You no good little. Hijikata's irritated, but he's putting up with it. Now that's the response of a decent adult. As triumphant as Kazuma may feel right now, I do wish he would reflect upon his childish behavior.
That's something really important that you should tell him directly! Hijikata-san may have been holding himself back right now, but he looked close to exploding.
Oh no.
And so
Wait, sir, I have a question.
I promised someone else.
Oh.
I already promised someone else that I'd eat with them today, so I can't eat with you, Kazuma.
What did you say? Promise? To someone else? I should be your top priority. There could be no one else. Annul that promise at once.
That's impossible. The very moment I was going to rebuke him, Shiranui and Amagiri firmly grabbed onto one of his arms each. Oh, now you two decide to do shit.
Yeah, also good boys. Kazuma, if she has a good reason to refuse, it would be absurd to blame her. Yeah, how about we leave it there for today? I don't want to watch another man whining over getting rejected. You louts, you mean to judge my behavior? Judgment? Quitting while you're ahead? I'll leave the interpretation up to you. Yukimura-kun, we apologize for inconveniencing you today. Please take your time enjoying the rest of your lunch break.
Oh, right.
Wait, I am still talking to Chizuru. Let me go. Do not drag me. Apparently the game had the same thing I had in mind, just him like squabbling as they take him away.
Even Hijikata can't believe what the fuck he just witnessed. Hijikata-sensei and I watched as Kazuma was dragged out of sight.
Well, it looks like you can enjoy your food without worrying for the time being. Hurry up and return to the cafeteria.
Hi. Uh, Hijikata sensei.
Hmm?
Thank you so much for lending me a hand earlier.
Take a drink! Uh,
Ah. There he goes. As he turned to leave, Hijikata sensei waved his hand lightly, his wordless way of telling me not to worry about it. I'll head back to the cafeteria too. I was glad the situation had been resolved. Though I was still a bit concerned about what Cosmo and his friends would do for lunch. I thought they intended to eat at the cafeteria since we met there, but that wouldn't be easy to do now. I wonder if they'll be okay. Don't worry, they got tea and snacks, I'm sure about it, in the council room.
Just walk in there. Do you like my wife?
Fucking damn it. I blame the live action for that!
Yeah, really.
Oh. We gotta find the rest of them.
Yeah.
I don't know where they are, though. After that, when I returned to the cafeteria...
You're late, Chizuru-chan. Lunch is about to end.
Okita-san, Heisuke, I'm really sorry. Looks like they've been waiting for me, so they hadn't eaten anything yet.
Anyway, let's hurry up and line up. My people set's gonna get sold out.
We hurried to line up in the now shorter lines. I managed to get a meal set. Then the three of us talked about the midterm test while we ate until the end of our lunch break. Then, as the days went by, the older students who already knew how severe the penalties were grew more and more desperate. Seeing them made us first years grow more anxious as well. The strange tension that enveloped Hakuoki Academy just kept growing stronger. And then...
7 days until the midterms.
here we go. We'd been studying for our tests day after day. Harada-sensei scanned the class from his podium, seeing how exhausted we all looked and grinned.
Looking good, you guys. Looks like you finally understand how harsh our tests are.
What does he mean, looking good? This is just agony.
Hey, don't say that. It's not like I don't get what you're going through. Just think of this as a rite of passage. This is what you signed up for when you enrolled at the Hakuoki Academy. There's no turning back now. Anyway, just do your best.
What he said was absolutely correct. Everyone lost the will to argue and fell silent.
Oh, crap.
What?
6 days until the midterms.
What happened?
Oh, I found a couple images I was looking for.
Oh.
Just keep going.
Alright, that day, I ran into Cosmo in the corridor unexpectedly. Naturally, Amagiri and Shironori were shadowing him all the while.
Jesus. Less than a week remains until the testing begins. Are you studying properly?
I am. I'm working at my own pace, but it's going fairly well, I think. I could have asked him how he was doing, but had the distinct feeling that I didn't need to. Why, you ask? He looked like the very picture of calm, what with that self-satisfied smile spread across his face. The fuck?
What do you mean?
No, I just heard a thing. Oh, okay.
Oh,
It's just blue on the other server, we're fine.
okay.
I didn't know what it was.
The way that these students grow so flustered over mere high school tests is truly unsightly. Don't you think so, ma petit chauffeur?
I...
No, because high school students are bound to freak out over high school tests. You say it's unslightly, I say it's just normal. Cosmos, if we do not depart soon, you will be late for your next lesson. Whether or not I attend classes, there's not a single thing the test will cover that I won't understand. Oh, very well. Let us do the teachers a favor and go for today. With that, I bid you farewell.
I was left standing alone in the hallway, overwhelmed as Cosmo swaggered off with an arrogant look on his face.
5 days until midterms. So these are the two images I was searching for. This is what was going on whenever Kazuma, Shiranui, and the Brat were all going at it. In this, just like, this is just Chizuru
And Amagiri having tea.
Yeah.
Yes!
I was looking for that, like...
Oh god. Ohio, Saito-san.
Oh, Yukimura-ka. Ohio, mas.
You still have disciplinary... You still have disciplinary committee work in the mornings, even though we only have 5 days until our midterms? That must be rough for you.
No, it's important to accumulate knowledge on a regular basis in order to study properly. So I see no point in panicking just before a test.
Just what you'd expect from Saito-san.
However, all the sport and culture clubs ought to have suspended their activities for the tests. Since Heisuke's not with you, he must be late. That's one strike against him.
No, he's on class cleaning duty this morning, so he must have arrived before me.
Hmm. Oh. Come to think of it, he must have passed by here a short while ago.
When I looked at Saito-san more closely, I could see the dark bags hanging underneath his eyes. On the surface, he looked as dignified as ever, but his grip on his pen looked a little shaky. Perhaps he was staying up late studying too.
4 days until the midterms.
I was studying in my room on Saturday when my cell phone suddenly rang. Okita-san? A message with a picture attached, as usual. Let's have a look! He was making a peace sign at the camera with some puzzling-looking plushie hanging from his hand.
I want a toy I think you'd like. I'll give it to you in class soon.
What kind of taste did he think I had?
Okay, to be fair, that thing is adorable.
It is adorable, so I want to make a plushie.
Yes.
Moreover, I can't think of anyone else who'd mess around like this before a test. Even if it is a Saturday, look at him acting like a hot shot.
3 days until the midterms.
Sunday morning, I decided to do a little sweeping in front of my door, just for a change of pace. That was when I saw Heisuke stumbling onto the road. Heisuke, are you okay?
Jesus.
The dark bags beneath his eyes were something else. His hollow stare was devoid of life. He looked so exhausted that he couldn't even walk straight.
I'm ready to fall asleep. I'm ready. I don't know why. But, hey, hey.
But if you don't sleep a little, you won't last until the test.
I want to say it. I'm gonna forget. Don't stop me, Jesus. I can't die.
Wait, Heisuke, a whole lap around the block is obviously way too much to...
And he's gone.
I tried to stop him, but he already ran off. I could only pray for his safety as I watched him stagger off in zigzags down the road.
2 days until the midterms.
Break time! I'd gathered the printouts from my class and brought them to the staff room. He angy. He very angy. Hijikata-sensei looked especially annoyed and sighed deeply. He looked no better than the students, just as exhausted by the pre-test frenzy. Is something wrong, Hijikata-san? Sensei?
Those guys are so tired from cramming that they sleep right through my classes. Because of them, I scream my lungs out at them every morning. Every time. Classes are a key part of test preparations. They have their priorities backwards.
I see you've been hard at work too. I was pretty sure they were pulling multiple all-nighters studying because they feared prospects of being penalized, though. But I got where Hijikata-sensei was coming from, so I couldn't help but smile dryly at that. I don't know why I said cry.
Remove that one. That's last the day before the midterms.
Finally, it's tomorrow. At the end of
This looks a little bit better because they're all still chewing and everything.
Hold it. Oh. Num num.
Sitting there eating tea and crumpets, watching the chaos happen.
At the end of the school day, while I was putting away my textbooks, I glanced sideways. Ibuki sat there, engrossed in his studies and showing no sign of going home. Ibuki-kun, aren't you going home? I'd have no time to study if I did, since Serizawa-san's there. Ibuki often mentioned that name when he spoke. It seemed like he didn't get along with this Serizawa-san person. It looked like he'd been driven into a corner, so I made sure to show him a smile. Best of luck. You too. He gave me a little smile and then dove back into his textbooks, as if he were clinging onto his desk for dear life. At that moment, I noticed my phone vibrating in my pocket and pulled it out. A message notification popped up on my screen. Oh, it's from Olsen. Olsen is my friend who attends Shimabara Girls High School, which wasn't too far away from my academy. No, we're not hiccuping. No. Chizuru-chan, are you going to be okay for the tests? I can't take it anymore. I just want to run away at this rate. But after we get through midterms, we definitely need to hang out. I see. They're having midterms right now, too. Shimabara is a sister school to Hakuo, come to think of it. I will survive with your moral support, Chizuru-chan. Jeez, Olsen. Having read her message, I decided to reply right away. What should I write?
Looking forward to it?
Looking forward to it. Looking forward to it. Send. The way I saw it, it was easier to persevere when there's a prize waiting for you after all the struggle. After a little while after I hit send, Olsen replied. Definitely. Let's both do our best. I could feel my motivation grow with Olsen cheering for me. Well, I should go over my notes one last time before the test. I finished getting ready and grabbed my bag to leave the classroom. Halfway to the student entrance, I heard footsteps coming from the hallway and looked up. Oh, Yamasaki-san. He didn't even spare me a glance when I called out to him, looking horribly panicked as he dashed past. He looked completely flustered. Did something happen to him? As I tilted my head questioningly, My eyes unintentionally caught onto a fountain pen rolling across the floor. Did Yamazaki-san drop this? I should go and give it to him. If I hurried, I could still find Yamazaki-san. Thinking that, I headed off in the direction he went in. As I looked around while walking, before long my eyes caught the nameplate on one room in particular. If Yamazaki-san hasn't left, maybe he's in here then? Excuse me.
Oh, my, an unexpected guest. Good day, Yukimura-kun. Are you unwell or injured? I have some good medicine if you're not feeling well. No, don't take it. No.
Oh no, it's nothing like that.
Okay, good.
In the infirmary, I found the school nurse, Sanan-sensei, and Yamazaki-san. When I found Yamazaki-san, I let out a sigh of relief and approached him. Yamazaki-san, I think you dropped this, so I came here to give it back to you. He's surprised. What?
What? Arigato, Yukimura-kun. Arigato. Domo arigato. I just only now noticed that it was gone and started worrying about where I might have lost it.
Oh? Well, all I did was bring it back to you, so... I didn't know why Yamazaki-san's pale face suddenly flooded with joy. Was the fountain pen that important to him?
No, you really saved me. You see, this is not my pen. I borrowed it. If I had really lost it, my life would have been in danger. Yamazaki? No, it's nothing.
At Sanan-sensei's...
Yamazaki?
At Sanan-sensei's quiet voice, Yamazaki-san's spine went amrod straight in a panic. Amrod?
Ramrod.
Ramrod, But still, Ramrod?
Like straight.
Yeah, and the word right after it is straight. So, you borrow that pen? Then whose is it? I thought it'd be strange for a student to have a pen like that. When I turned my gaze towards him, Sanan-sensei smiled and nodded.
Correct. I was the one who lent Yamazaki my pen when he forgot his pencil case. It's quite an old-fashioned fountain pen, don't you think?
Sanan-sensei's question worried me a little and said...
I think it suits you.
I think it suits you, and it definitely suits Sanan, of all people.
I haven't used one before as Yamazaki's route.
Yes. I don't know much about them since I've never used one before. But I think your fountain pen suits you very well, Sanan-sensei.
Oh, well. Domo arigato.
At my straightforward confession, Sanan-sensei gave me what seemed like a happy smile.
It's about time that I head home. Excuse me.
Yamazaki wordlessly bowed before he left the room. I'll be heading off too, then. I'd given back the fountain pen, so I thought I would leave like Yamazaki-san had.
Would you mind if I took up some of your time, Yukimura-kun?
Sanan-sensei called out to me, and I stopped in my tracks. Yes? Do you need something?
I do. So it's not anything so important.
Sanan-sensei opened his desk as he spoke, rummaging around for something inside it.
Don't take it, whatever it is.
Then he took out a brand new fountain pen.
Here.
Huh? But... I was trembling a bit as he handed me the fountain pen, and I found myself holding it in my hands.
I didn't mean to trouble you for anything. Think of this fountain pen as a present from me to you.
I can't possibly accept something that looks this expensive.
Please take it anyway. I bought this for you after all. What?
What? Sanan? Where's the goddamn button?
I got it.
You goddamn snake.
Perfect.
What if what if, like, in this continuity and everything, he's got something similar to what Sans has? It's just like, oh yeah, I've seen all the other routes and everything. I know it's my turn.
Oh god. What?
Just kidding.
Oh. I think we're just disappointed now.
You goddamn snake.
He
I wa-
deserved it.
I wondered if Sanan Sensei was unaware of the impact his words had, or if he was just messing with me on purpose. There's a reason we call him the Snake!
Yeah, really.
He kept on talking with a friendly grin.
I only use fountain pens from a certain manufacturer. Sometimes I mean to try out fountain pens made by another brand and purchase those. Things like the firmness of the grip or the line thickness end up not suiting my tastes one way or another. In the end, as I am practically unable to use them, they end up sleeping in my desk here at the infirmary.
Sleeping. That's a choice of words, Sanan. So that's why.
Since you said that you never used a fountain pen even once, I thought I'd not let you have one of mine.
Was this really alright? I thought it'd be too rude to take it, but I found myself nodding, feeling pressured into doing so by his smile. I mean, look at that face.
Yeah, really.
I understand. Thank you so much, Sanan-sensei.
Take a shot.
Ah, fuck.
She said thank you.
I am out of water!
So this is a BRB moment, chat.
Yeah, this is a BRB moment. Boop. Not on Sanan's head. Let's put it over his cabinet. There we go. You can see it now. Alright, BRB.
Yep, we'll be right back, chat.
You stand up, sir. Hello?
Hello.
Ah, there's an ad going on.
Oh, fantastic.
Yep. We shall wait for the ad to go away.
I guess.
Then I saw that someone redeemed water.
Who was it? Oh, hi, Mage. Well, not that he can hear us right now.
10 seconds.
8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Hello.
Hello, we are back.
Hopefully, yeah.
And I see, and we already saw that somebody redeemed something.
Image.
Uh,
Ah! I've drank the water for you.
there we go. Are you satisfied, sir?
Are you satisfied with us drinking water? We
Well,
could.
I mean, I got Dr. Pepper, but you know.
Okay, drinking whatever the fuck it is we're drinking.
As long as it's not alcohol, because you'll die.
We could have used you like 2 hours ago.
Honestly, yeah.
I did a lot of talking.
There was. I could have redeemed it, but I didn't even think about it.
You were. Oh my god. You were
I
looking
know,
for shit.
I know, I'm terrible, aren't I?
Yes. Seeing me accept his kindness, Sanan Sensei looked surprisingly happy as he nodded back at me. What do you mean never, bitch? Boop.
Okay, she did take off BRB, good. So, there are some elements of maintenance that fountain pens need. There are many appeals using them. I would know since I use them so much. If you come to appreciate the charms of fountain pens and have fun using one, that would make me very happy.
Oh, never satisfied. Okay. Right, I'll take good care of it. As I stared at my sparkling brand new fountain pen, Sanan Sensei addressed me in a gentle tone.
Very well. You have some studying to do, so go on ahead and head home now. Be careful on your way back, and I also wish you the best of luck on your tests tomorrow.
Thank you very much.
Take a
Shot.
drink.
Ah. I gave him a deep bow and left the infirmary. After arriving home from school, I prepared for my test and studied for the final stretch. Mail! Sanan.
These tests are before the tests begin. Many students look as though they have been driven into a corner. The number of people who are cramming all night have been increasing. I hesitate to recommend that as a doctor of public health, but that being said, if you are still determined to study all night, there are nutrients that will allow you to work for 48 hours without sleep or rest. So please, let me know if you'd like some.
No! I know what the fuck he's trying to do. There are nutrients that I can provide that will allow you to work for 48 hours without sleep or rest. Sanan?
Is that medicine over the counter?
Are we going with that?
That's what I'm thinking. No. But it's definitely effective.
Sanan? Sanan?
No thanks, I'd rather just, sleep on my own.
It might have been true that doing this the night before wouldn't do me any good, but I had to work hard until the very end. The night before the test felt very long indeed.
Finally, it was test day.
It was time for the real thing at last. I'd studied as much as I was able to, but I still felt a bit anxious. I felt nervous as I passed through the school gate.
Ah, Ohio, Yukimura-kun.
Ohio.
Ohio, Yukimura-kun.
Oh, Ohio, Sonan-sensei.
It looks like I've accidentally startled you. I've come to check for latecomers in the disciplinary committee's stead today. It'd be too unfair to put students to work on the day they have tests after all.
That makes sense. There were many students who were lacking sleep, but I'd feel bad if only the disciplinary committee members had more work on top of the tests. It'd be pretty unfair of them, more than anything.
By the way, have you done your utmost in preparing for your tests?
Sanan-sensei asked me that with a searching gaze. I gave him a firm nod despite my trembling. I've done all that I can for them.
Splendid.
Sanan-sensei gave me his usual smile, kind as always at my response, and nodded back at me.
I think you'll be okay. But in the worst case scenario, if disaster strikes you, and you end up having to do any of the penalties,
Hi?
you can come talk to me when that happens. I have good medicine after all.
No!
No!
Sana, no! Huh? How would his medicine help with the penalties? I didn't really get it, but I felt chills run down my spine for some reason.
I wonder why.
I'll work hard, so we won't come to that. Sanan-sensei saw me off with a smile as I broke into a run towards the student entrance. Da da da.
Ba, 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 ba.
The tests have finally started. Time to save.
Yes, it is.
Do 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 do. New save data. Wait. Yeah, new save data. Ugh. Okay. The tests have finally started. I'd answer all the questions I could and do my very best on all the other ones. Alright. It's time for trivia.
Yeah.
Question 1. Which
Is
not
not
a
a
synonym. A cinnamon.
synonym of right.
Oh god, this again.
Privilege.
Privilege. D D D D D D D D D D D D. I
Give
won.
her the. I'm gonna make the joke. I don't care. Give her the D. I don't care. Give her the D.
I knew you were gonna say it. Kondo was executed. Itabashi! Itabashi! It's D again!
Give her the D again.
Hey, yeah!
Okay, we got it.
If I didn't know Itabashi, I'm a failure at history.
All right.
Ugh.
Now,
'Cause technically, that's also where Haruka dies.
a
Fury's
supernatural
strength
strength comes
from
from
their own life force. Oh shit. Oh shit.
why do you gotta be like this?
Oh god. No. Oh my. Ah!
Yes. Minu.
Too many D's.
We don't even get this effect either. What the fuck?
I don't know.
From Beauty, the expression got the
Mors?
describes... Hold up.
Describe someone. Got the morbs. Very boring. Feeling a bit off. Feeling really down. A bit boring.
It's feeling really down. It's the phrase. It started in the Victorian era, and it describes a person affected with temporary melancholy or sadness.
So, see?
Yes,
All
I
right.
did say that.
Okay. Okay. Come here! Aggressively chasing a piece of paper.
Too many D's.
Well, the last two weren't. The mesh. Oh God. No. No.
To
Report.
the
strength
of
an
the Richter
Richter
scale.
scale is on the Richter scale. Which one is it?
Let's see.
C. Oh shit! Come here! Come here! Come here!
Yes. Da-da-da-da.
Da-da-da-da. I want more questions though.
Bum, bum, bum.
Points. Right? I think I did well. I felt I could avoid all the penalties with this. I got through the test one way or another and let out a long sigh of relief. Then, several days later... Yes! I saw the test results posted in the hallway, and the tension in my shoulders was replaced by relief. Kaoru looked at the same notice board from beside me and shrugged his shoulders. Well, that's how it goes. You did pretty well on your first test.
Yukimura-kun, Nagamo-san, how did your first midterm test go?
Oh, Yamazaki.
No, that's Chizuru.
Oh, whoops.
Oh.
Oh, Yamazaki. Yamazaki-san also looked relieved as he called out to us. I could tell he had probably gotten a good grade. I think it's because I saw Kaoru open his fucking eyes.
Yeah.
It was fine. Fortunately, I was able to get through mine without issue. Only idiots would get penalized from questions as easy as those were. Come on, why don't you just be honest instead of saying things like that?
Carelessness makes for a powerful enemy, Nagamo. You are in high school. Unfortunate as it may be, there will be many times where you have to study. Alright. The scope of these tests are still narrow for you lot.
Sanan-sensei, Nagakura-sensei too. Nagakura-sensei had shown up, laughing and wearing a grin on his face.
I get that, but don't worry. Us teachers are allies to hardworking students after all.
Nagakura-sensei clapped Kaoru's shoulder with a few smacks, making Kaoru pull a face. Yamazaki-san was keeping an eye on Sanan-sensei. With so many of my teachers and seniors around me, I swore to myself that I'd do even better. The tests were over and the results had been announced. Mail. What was it from? Ha-da-da!
Say.
Mate! Alright, read you.
It's Hanada. Is now a good time? Though this is a bit early for it, but our school will soon be schedule of parent-teacher conferences. Your situation is a bit unique, needless to say. Do you think you could ask your father about a schedule when you can? I'll get in touch. I think that's what it was supposed to be.
Boop.
Sorry, please do. Want to brag about to your father about just how much of a superb student you've been.
Oh. I don't know.
And in one timeline, he will end up becoming your son-in-law.
One timeline, yes. The tension on campus was gradually dissipating and everything was going back to normal. After school, once the test results were announced, while I was trying to leave through the student exit to go back home.
Oh.
Wrong.
Not that time yet.
No.
Not yet, Ferb.
Not yet, Ferb. Was that Kondo-sensei just now? He had gone around the back of the school. When I saw that, I stopped walking. There wasn't anything over there, so where was he going? I thought it was kind of mysterious, and so, egged on by my curiosity, I jogged after him. I went deeper behind the school. I never set foot back there before. The moment I caught up to Kondo-sensei, he stopped in his tracks. What was this place? Towering in front of me was an old gate, and my eyes widened. To think there was something like this here right on campus.
Oh, Yukimura. How come you're here?
I'm sorry. I saw you heading this way, and my curiosity got the better of me.
Oh, so that's what it is.
Kondo-sensei gave me an understanding smile and turned his gaze back towards the gate. The old wooden door was shut tight, looking like it hadn't been opened in a long time. It had been 2 months since I began studying at Hakuoki Academy, but I never knew this was here until now. Kondo-sensei, what is this place?
Chie Hall.
Huh?
That's what it was called, at least. There used to be a swordplay dojo here by that name.
Used to be.
As you can see, it's closed now, so no students go here. No one goes here. But I've no doubt that the teachings of this dojo are still being passed down. That's what I believe.
There was this look in his eyes, almost as if he were dwelling in a time far removed from the present. I got the feeling that...
If you want to see something like that, please tune in on Sunday.
Wait, tomorrow?
Oh yeah, it was tomorrow. I have a Cheez-It in my mouth.
Oh, fuck, the Cheez-Its!
Yeah, I told you I would buy some.
Damn it. Anyway, what did you say before eating a Cheez-It?
I said tune in tomorrow.
Yeah, please, tune in tomorrow. We're doing the original Hakuoki. Anyway, I got the feeling that this must have been a very important place for to Kondo-sensei.
I always come here whenever I want to return to my roots. This place is... Chie Hall is... Hakuoki Academy starting point.
Kondo-sensei fondly rested his hand on the place I figured the sign must have once hung, and his eyes closed in nostalgia. Chie Hall. I mouthed the words to myself, tested the way they felt. That name. I felt like I'd heard it before. Kondo-sensei studied me as I thought about it. He smiled as he began to speak once more.
Yukimura-kun, it looks like the sun is about to set. Don't you think it's time for you to head home?
Oh, right, that's true. It's already so late.
By the way, I heard from Toshi. It looks like you got some magnificent grades this time around.
Hijikata-sensei said that?
Aye. You are the most talented woman in the history of Hakuo Academy. It is truly magnificent.
Thank you very much.
Take a drink!
I'm fine. Kondo-sensei's cheerful words didn't contain a single lie nor a hint of flattery within them. He made that casual remark as we were walking away, and it made me feel a bit embarrassed.
It is a student's duty to study, so I want you to continue trying your hardest. Well, of course, I don't just mean in your studies either. If you also have fun living your everyday life at Hakuo Academy, that would make me very happy as your principal.
Hey! I returned his nod as he smiled, and then glanced back at Shie Hall just once. He had called it the school's starting point. What did that mean? Questions along those lines came to mind, and I couldn't help but wonder at such a mystery. Anyway, I would do my best from here on out. I smiled in high spirits.
It's time for the beach episode!
Are we really doing the beach episode?
Up to you.
Oh god, You know what? Bring out the wheel.
Alright.
Bring out the wheel for 30 more minutes. Or not, or in stream. The wheel shall decide everything. Wheel, wheel, wheel. Wheel, wheel, wheel. What? Wheel. Damn it, now I want Cheez-Its.
I can only blame the guys at Rooster Teeth for that. All Gavin just had to say, there's a distinct lack of Cheez-Its in this office. Alright, there are 16,
There's what?
16, 2 iterations of each, or 8 iterations of each.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Alright, go.
That's 3 out of 5,
Yeah.
of course.
We're spinning for our fate, chat. We're
Yeah.
spinning for our fate.
Oh, that's gonna be so close. Oh! Okay, that was said in stream. Here's number 2.
Alright. Da 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 da. Da 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 da.
We got 30 more minutes.
Okay.
Round 3.
Da 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 da.
Look, there's a weird guy playing Phasmophobia.
Da 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 da.
He chose the name, I don't know why.
Yeah.
We got another 30 minutes.
Ooh.
Potentially the last one.
Let's see what the wheel decides.
And it looks like we're going for another 30 minutes.
Alright.
Maybe. Wait a minute, wait. Oh! This next one's gonna end it.
Oh god.
It's end stream. 30 more minutes, end stream. This is it. I feel it.
Who is it? Which one is it?
Oh, this is gonna be close, but
Close
it's
your
gonna be
eyes.
30 more minutes.
Oh. Alright, so it's 2 hours and 47 minutes. 3 hours and 17 minutes? Is that right?
Let me check. It'll be 3 hours and 17 minutes. Yeah.
Alright. Let's go. The days passed in the blink of an eye. Our first midterm had ended and it was already August. In other words, it was what everyone was waiting for. Summer vacation.
Each episode!
One day in the height of summer, being attacked by cicadas droning on and on and on and on and on. Where's it from? Yamazaki.
Sorry for the sudden message, but I apologize if I'm mistaken, but I'm sure I've heard people refer to your father as a doctor. And so, that is to say, the truth is, right now I am worried about my prospects after high school, and I just wanted to see if, I could, I just thought I could try and speak with someone who's an actual practicing doctor. So, if you wouldn't mind, could you give me your father's contact info? Of course.
Of course. Yeah.
Oh, thank you. Oh, after all, the best way to determine their path in life is to listen to those who are further along their path. Even though you're still just a first year, you should start thinking about your future too.
My friends had invited me to go shopping with them, but I arrived at the square in front of the station early. Though I might have gotten here a little too early. I looked around as I waited for at the appointed spot, but I didn't see my friends anywhere. It was only me and the shimmering heat haze rising from the asphalt under the afternoon sun. What should I do? As I murmured to myself and reached for the phone in my pocket.
Hey, wait up there, little lady. Why don't we find ourselves a nice cafe to hang in if you're free?
What? I suddenly heard someone and felt a tap on my shoulder.
Yeah, just messing with you. Thought you looked familiar. Turns out it was you after all.
Shiranui?
What are you up to in a place like this? Thought you must have been waiting for someone to hit on you, so I went out and called out to you.
Hit on? I did feel my heart skip a beat when I heard his voice. But when I realized it was someone I knew, I let out a breath I didn't know I was holding.
That's you.
Sorry. I'm just waiting for my friends. Are you by yourself today, Shiranui?
Yeah, I thought I'd go clothes shopping for a little bit. I mean, I can't take my time if Cosmo's around after all. Plus, Amagiri's fashion sense is so... well, so it's no use asking for an opinion. Going at it alone is just easier.
The three of you certainly have different tastes when it comes to things like clothes.
Oh yeah! I mean, I like leather and silver accessories and stuff, but those two just don't get it.
Seeing him give off an over-the-top shrug, I found myself smiling naturally. Come to think of it, this might have actually been the first time I'd ever talked one-on-one with Shiranui.
Give him a root.
Give him a root! After we chatted for a while, he casually glanced at the time. I really need to either find someone or figure out how the fuck to rip the sprites from the remakes.
Yeah.
Because I want to make fake scenes for the altar shit.
Yeah, really.
Ah!
Oh, that's right. You said you were waiting for your buddies, weren't you?
Oh, right.
They'll be here soon.
They'll be here soon. They should be arriving around now, but... I checked my phone again as I told him that, and just then... Hold it right there, you skirt chaser! How about you step away from my friend? A cutting voice echoed across the square. Oh, you're here.
Skirt chaser. You wouldn't have to be talking about me, would you?
Do you see anyone else around here? With your flashy clothes and that sort of vibe, you have to be some kind of pickup artist. What? Hang on a moment, you two.
I love the music with this.
Osen and Kozusu, the friends who I'd been waiting for, rushed to stand between me and Shiranui in my defense. Despite being on the receiving end of their icy glares, Shiranui grinned my way, looking for all the world like he was enjoying himself.
Yeah, I guess so. I suppose that's what it looked like from afar, huh?
Osen, Kozusu, he's not really some skirt chaser.
And what if I was one, though? Should I invite all three of you lovely ladies out on a date?
What? His expression was entirely playful and teasing, like he was clearly just trying to rile them up.
Got that right.
But if he went and said something like that, Osen and Kozusu wouldn't take it quietly. Terribly sorry to disappoint you, but we three are having a day out today, and it's girls only.
Oh, wow, you're looking real scary there. Alright, I hear you loud and clear. There's no need to glare at me like that. Alright then, this nuisance will see himself out. See ya, ladies. Enjoy yourselves now.
Shiranui left us just like that, waving lazily with a smirk still on his face. You okay, Chizuru-chan? You're a kind soul, so I figured you wouldn't be able to assert yourself so easily. But with those types, you need to make it loud and clear that you're not interested, you hear?
Well, wait a minute. What if she was?
They'll just take advantage of you if you show them your soft side. Well... In any case, I had to explain to them that he wasn't actually some kind of pickup artist, but someone I knew from school.
Alright, well, let's get this in early. Here's looking at you, kid.
Thank you. If you can redeem water, do it, because I'm doing a lot of talking right now.
Yeah, really.
I sighed before I tried to tell them, but it took a long time for them to accept my explanation. Still, it's been a long time. I'm so glad to see you. Both Osen and I have extracurricular activities, so it was really hard to make plans. It's easier now thanks to the summer holidays. Now that we're finally on vacation, I want to meet up as much as we can, even every day if possible. Every day? If you just come to Shimabara High with us in the first place, we could see each other every day, you know? This girl is Sen Suzuka. She's my friend in the second year at Shimabara Girls High School, which is next to Hakuoki Academy. I call her Osen. She's about 1 year older than me and is very dependable. She also seems to really care about me. Even though she's the daughter of an important family, she isn't pretentious at all. She's a lovely person. The yawning came back.
Oh no.
And this girl is Kozusu Suzuka. She's a first year at Shimabara Girls High School. And I just call her Kozusu. Due to various circumstances, she lives with Osen's family. I guess she's her sister-in-law. I want to be more like her. She has good looks and a wonderful, straightforward personality. True. I told you to come to the same school as us so many times, too. But then you went and enrolled in Hakuoki Academy, which is full of boys. Oh, no. Well, it was her choice to make, so it makes sense we didn't have much of a say in it. Why don't we make the most of today, at least? We don't usually get to hang out, after all. Let's enjoy ourselves to the fullest. I nodded in agreement, and the two of them smiled happily. Then, first up is shopping! We walked down the street as a group with Osen taking the lead. We looked around various clothing stores. Though I chose my own clothes quickly, the other two took a long time. Somehow I ended up getting caught up in their incredible momentum and tried on a bunch of clothes. It was a little tough, but even so, spending time with girlfriends was a fun change of pace.
All the stores just have autumn clothes. We're still in the middle of summer.
That's fine. It means summer items are on sale. Look, this one's even 30% off. Both Osen and Kozasu had brought a bunch of clothing and looked perfectly satisfied as they laughed with matching grins on their faces. As for me, I felt a little tired after trying on item after item.
I don't know if you've noticed, but it's already noon. I'm a little hungry too. How about we take a break?
I like to sit down and take a breather myself. Alright. Let's rest here then. Our regular fast food joint was packed with students taking shelter from the heat. We finished placing our orders and grabbed our respective trays before hurrying to our seats. We started up some easy small talk as I bit into my hamburger. What type of shoes would match the dress I bought earlier? How was the softball tournament at Shimabara? But soon enough... Summer is basically the season of love, right? It seemed that Osen was aiming her question straight at me. And I realized that her eyes were glittering with an intense curiosity as she stared at me. Hey, Chizuru-chan. You've been surrounded by guys at Hakuoki Academy since spring, so... Have you found someone you like?
Oh my
The
god.
question was so sudden I almost spat out my orange juice.
What a reaction. Could it be you have a boyfriend?
God damn it.
Huh? You really have one? This conversation was going way too fast, but I was still choking on my juice. If you really have one, you absolutely have to introduce him to me. I'll scope him out for you.
Same. I'll deal with him if he's a strange one, Chizuru.
There's no need for that. I don't have one. But it's your summer vacation. Don't you like the sound of a summer date?
That's,
A part of me did like the sound of that, but...
Let's go find some swimsuits later, so we can go to the pool before break ends.
Ah, good idea. That'll be a prime opportunity to snatch up good men.
Oh my god.
What? The conversation progressed steadily without me, leaving me very confused, but... The grin of enjoyment that had appeared on Olsen's face earlier only intensified. You know, I'd like to see you in a daring little bikini.
Stop it.
I couldn't wear anything as revealing as that. I couldn't even.
Stop it, Sin. Dang it.
Hit her with a paper fan.
I'll hit her with a roll of newspaper.
That works too. I guess it's made of paper. I flushed bright red and refused. Then Kozasu chimed in.
Osen, I'm against it. I think a one-piece swimsuit would suit Chizuru-chan better.
You think so? I didn't really know whether it would suit me or not, but I felt really grateful she suggested something more in my comfort zone.
It makes you feel more like a refined lady when you boldly expose your back and...
Wait, please,
wait. Still a no? I think it's necessary to be adventurous at least some of the time.
I'm not ready to go on that adventure yet. Well, why don't we go swimsuit shopping anyway?
Everyone will want to go to the pool. It is summertime after all. I got the feeling an impending crisis loomed behind their smiles, but I firmly pushed that feeling aside. I'll choose a swimsuit by myself.
Upon hearing that, the two of them smiled cryptically for some reason. I felt very uneasy. After that, we left the restaurant and went shopping for swimsuits, but how do I put it? All the designs recommended to me were the kind someone's older adult sister might wear. In the end, I chose a swimsuit myself, like I said I would, but it was really hard.
I had so much fun today. Thanks for hanging out with us, Chizuru-chan. Now that we've bought some cute swimsuits, we definitely have to go to the pool.
Yeah. Now, this is what you say. How about next Sunday?
Sure, Sunday is fine.
Great! Then we'll see you next Sunday! I said bye to them there since my house was in the other direction. I was still looking forward to hanging out with them again, even though I knew Osen had pushed me to say that. The next day, the cicadas attacked.
I'm off.
I went out while announcing my departure out of habit, even though there was no one else at home. Outside, it was a summer day like any other, almost too hot, and not a cloud in the sky. What is that, then, in the sky? Is that not a cloud?
I'll go return the book that I finished, and then... Oh, that's right. I should do my homework after that.
I was going to head to the school library. It stayed open even during summer vacation. I hadn't worn my school uniform in so long that the fabric made me feel itchy. The moment I passed through the school gate, I could hear cheerful, energetic voices coming from somewhere. I figured it was probably students cheering on their friends in some club activity.
Oh, right. Didn't Heisuke and Okita-san mention they also had club activities going on during the summer?
I remember how, before the break began, Heisuke told me I should pop in if I was free. I felt like seeing Heisuke and the others doing their best at kendo, but I wonder if I'd be bothering them if I went to visit all of a sudden.
Go straight for the library.
Go straight to the library.
Oh, I'll pay a visit to the kendo club next time.
Next route.
Maybe.
I felt like I'd just trouble them if I visited unannounced.
We don't even know what next route is.
Oh, yeah.
It's best to let someone know when you want to visit. I decided to follow my original plan and go to the library, setting off in that direction. Then on my way there, I heard two familiar voices coming from the end of the corridor. As I got closer, just as I thought, they turned out to be from
Harada-sensei, Sanan-sensei.
Yo, Yukimura-kun. It's been a while. You having a good summer break?
I am. How about you two?
Well, it's pretty much how it goes. This heat is kind of annoying, but honestly, it's not enough to get to me physically. And how is your health, Yukimura-kun? The summer heat is quite harsh this year, no? Summer vacation only comes once a year. You should take this opportunity to recharge and de-stress from all the fatigue you have piled up.
Thank you. I'll try.
Fuck.
No, not because I pressed the button, but because she said thank you.
I know. But I needed it anyway. Fuck.
Yeah.
Likewise, you must be tired from having to work so hard even during the break.
Well, that's just how it is for us teachers. If you're an advisor for any club here, you still need to show up for work. Injuries are part and parcel sports clubs. I'm also concerned about students becoming dehydrated or having heat stroke.
Well, we're not gonna get dehydrated.
Absolutely not. It is getting close to being absolutely winter. Many accidents happen during the summer vacation too, which is why I am keeping the infirmary open.
You both sound very busy.
Aye.
I keenly felt that being a teacher was a very demanding job.
Sounds like it might be none of my business, but you must have a reason for coming to school during your break, right?
I came to return a book. I also feel like I'm able to study better at the library than at home.
When I explained my reasons for coming to school, Harada-sensei and Sanan-sensei exchanged glances and fell silent for some reason.
I am surprised. Even though this is a summer vacation, you came to school in order to study? Yukimura-kun, being in charge of a student as splendid as you is enough to move me to tears.
You're exaggerating.
You wish.
As I feverishly denied the sudden praise I received, Sanan-sensei smiled gently.
By the way, Yukimura-kun.
Hi?
I drink water.
Okay.
Thank you, mage!
She actually needed it.
Yes.
Since Harada-sensei is pressed for work, I thought we might take a bit of a breather. I was just planning to prepare some tea in the infirmary. If you're amenable.
Sanan-sensei continued to smile as he gazed at me patiently.
Would you like to join us?
At Sanan-sensei's invitation, I said,
Yes.
if it's not any trouble.
If it's no trouble, I would like to have tea with you two.
Come on now, it's no trouble at all. Now, instead of just two men sitting across from each other on a hot summer day, we got ourselves something cute in the room too. And that'll make the tea taste even better.
Harada-sensei spoke with a joking tone and laughed. Although I was still a bit confused, Sanan-sensei nodded in agreement.
It's just as Harada-sensei says. There's no need for you to be shy.
Thank you very much. Then
Take a shot! Though I still felt a little self-conscious, I followed the two smiling teachers into the infirmary.
Okay, so other than Nagakura and Ibuki, and obviously Yamazaki, who's left?
Give me a second.
Thought there was a third.
We did Okita, we did Heisuke, we did Saito, we did Kazuma, we did Hichikata, we did Harada, we're on Sanan. We haven't done Nagakura, we haven't done Yamazaki, we've done Kaoru, we've done Friends, and the conclusion is Ibuki. So it's really just Nagakura or Ibuki.
Alright.
The cool breeze coming from the AC felt refreshing against my heated skin as I entered. When I offered to help with the tea, Sanan-sensei shook his head with a smile.
Please, guests should stay seated. It wouldn't do to have a guest such as yourself serve the tea, now would it?
His smile was very kind, but somehow I couldn't bring myself to agree or disagree. I gave a firm nod without saying anything more.
The higher the sun gets, so does the temperature bit by bit. It's like 85 degrees now, isn't it? Wouldn't be strange if someone collapsed from heat stroke if this becomes a daily occurrence.
That's especially true for club members. We could see the practice grounds for the track and field club from inside the infirmary. Harada-sensei sighed as he looked out the window.
Oh, that's right, Yukimura-kun. Were you planning on doing your summer homework from the library?
I get distracted when I'm at home, so...
Yeah, I get that. I felt that way when I was a student, too. You think you still have time to do it, and then all of a sudden, the holiday season's almost over. That's why I'd end up rushing through my homework during the last week of summer vacation every year. Ibuki won it. It went Nagakura, Ibuki, Ibuki, Nagakura, Ibuki.
Oh my god.
Wheel, why do you do this?
The wheel just likes entertainment. The wheel is Sanan.
Speaking of whom,
You goddamn snake!
that was for the wheel. It was the same for me. Every year I resented that there were only 31 days in August.
Sanan-sensei laughed lightly as he poured me some tea. My eyes widened slightly in surprise. Really? You left all your homework until the end of summer vacation too, Sanan-sensei?
Oh, indeed. Though that was just as as planned. That was just as planned.
Oh my god. Just.
Just. So that was just as planned.
Just as planned? As Sanan-sensei poured the high-quality green tea and gave a teacup to myself and Harada-sensei, his eyes twinkled behind his glasses as he smiled.
We got less than 2 minutes. Sanan-sensei.
Come to think of it, I'd never heard anything from when these two were students. Yeah, Sanan-sensei. Sanan-sensei was always composed, projecting the image of an intelligent man who could do anything. So I couldn't quite believe what he had just said and found myself speaking skeptically. I'm kind of surprised, Sanan-sensei. You look like you'd finish all your homework at the beginning of the vacation, though.
That's true. Unlike me and Senpachi. When you were in school, you were definitely an honor student, right?
Sanan-sensei chuckled after we expressed our views of him.
I do not know what warrants those impressions, but I feel honored that you would think of me that way. However, I am the type to make a plan and to proceed with said plan. Once I proceed with a plan, I can confidently say that I will certainly follow through.
Huh? I didn't really understand what he meant, but...
Mulling over my homework like I set out to do was also something I looked forward to in my summer break. And then I would leave a fixed amount of homework for the last day.
But why would you leave your homework until the last day?
Many people leave their homework until the last day and then undergo hardships to complete it. I thought that I should have a taste of that hardship too. Sanan, that's kinda...
The nurse took a sip of his steaming tea, moistened his lips, and then continued to speak.
That, at least, was my official line. Many people will come to me on the due date asking me things such as, let me copy your homework, or come on, throw me a bone here. But I too was still working on finishing my homework, you see. So that's how it went. That does sound like something you do, Sanan.
Though I felt I understood and nodded, a wry smile spread across Harada-sensei's face.
Well then, allow me to prepare some red bean jelly to accompany the tea. Hanada-sensei, please treat yourself to some as well. Oh. Oh. Thanks, Sonnen.
While listening to their conversation, I quietly muttered to myself, prioritize what I really want to do, huh? I definitely couldn't finish all my homework in just a day. But it'd be nice to put effort into something new after I finish my homework. While I absentmindedly looked at Sanan-sensei's smile, I enjoyed the red bean jelly and green tea. After parting ways with Sanan-sensei and Harada-sensei, I stopped by the library to study like I'd originally planned. I couldn't cut corners after all. Studying hard was also just something I had to do in my mind. But remembering Sanan-sensei's words, it seemed like he was trying to tell me it was okay to relax a little. I felt better, strangely enough. Maybe it was because of that my studying went much smoother than usual. Stopping by the infirmary may have been the right choice. Male! Aggressive male! It's from Sanan.
During summer vacation, I had fewer opportunities to meet with students, and thus I end up with more free time than I know what to do with. Meeting you today was for the first time in a while was enjoyable. Please come again and visit. Please come visit again in place of visiting the library if you feel so inclined. I'll definitely when I stop by the school.
Yeah.
Oh.
Oh,
wait.
Whoops. Yeah, no, I'm a dumbass.
Well, then I'll have to prepare some delicious tea and snacks once again, won't I?
Yay! Save.
Yeah, and that's it for tonight, folks. Unfortunately.
To the title.
Yeah, to the
To
title
my
screen.
son!
Which, remove yourself, woman.
I have!
Oh, okay. Yeah, okay, I see it. So anyway, tomorrow afternoon is, what did you say it was? Hades?
We are playing Hades at 12 p.m., hopefully. And then at... Do you want to do 9 or 8?
I don't care. I'll be home long before that.
Then let's do 8:30.
Okay.
So 8:30, we'll come back with dubbing the original Hakuoki.
With the poster boys route.
Yeah, the poster boys route, which is still the longest route. Because of course it is. Now, let me just buy some things. And we can be on our way. Ready?
Yeah.
The fuck?
Anyway, please,
The fuck?
please do.
What the hell was that?
I'm so glad that cut out. That was funny. Shit.
Wrong button.
Well, it is the right button, but not yet.
Yes. Anyway,
Please drink water.
have a good day or night.
Try not to die because you didn't drink water, and we will see you tomorrow afternoon.
Bye-bye.
Bye. Alright, there we go.